One night at a university celebration, I decided to host a small end of semester gathering at the shared house where I lived. After a while, the drinks caught up with me, and I rushed outside hoping to avoid an embarrassing accident indoors. I stumbled toward some bushes in the yard, and, once I recovered enough to stand straight again, I noticed something strange. Across the fence, the window of the neighboring home was wide open. Odd, considering the owner had come to the party and he definitely lived alone. Curious and still a bit dizzy, I stepped closer and peeked inside. That's when I spotted a stranger with a backpack, stuffing jewelry, electronics, anything valuable, into it as fast as he could. It took a few seconds for my foggy brain to register that this was an actual burglary. I sprinted back and yelled that someone was robbing the house next door. A couple of people grabbed their phones to call the police. However, the guys didn't wait for instructions. They grabbed whatever they could find. One took a broom, another seized a mop, and someone bizarrely armed himself with a roll of duct tape. Then they all charged outside like a heroic but extremely drunk rescue squad. The burglar saw a crowd of yelling students storming in his direction and tried to climb out through the same window he used to get in. He didn't make it far. The improvised squad tackled him onto the lawn. They were more surprised than he was, but they managed to hold him down. He stopped struggling the moment one of them waved the duct tape like it was some kind of weapon. Nobody really knew what to do next, so they just started taping him up. At first around his wrists, then around his legs. Then someone thought it would be hilarious to shove him into a large trash bag so he couldn't wiggle away. The poor guy looked like a panicked giant cocoon with a terrified face poking out the top. Time passed, and the police still weren't there. Someone got the bright idea to reinforce security, so a couple of the guys ran to the nearest convenience store. They returned not with zip ties like they planned, but with an entire length of rope. A few minutes later, I came outside again and almost dropped my drink. They had somehow managed to tie him upside down to a streetlight. Music speakers were moved to the driveway. The party relocated outdoors, and everyone started dancing around this dangling burglar like it was completely normal. Someone even tried offering him a soda, which he obviously couldn't drink upside down. Neighbor after neighbor wandered outside to complain about the noise, but after learning who was hanging there, they burst into laughter and thanked us for stopping him. When the police finally arrived, a good 20 minutes late, the officers tried to look professional, but we could see them fighting back smiles. Apparently, they had been searching for this guy for weeks and never imagined they would find him literally trussed up like a cartoon villain.